Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. It is I, Piggy, and I'm joined by Ash. Yeah,
Hello.
easy. Yeah, we're here from Watching Walford to bring you yet another edition of the Watching Walford podcast. It's episode 138. Today's episode is going to cover the biggest storylines and takeaways from week 35 of 2025. All the episodes from the 18th of the 8th all the way to the 21st of the 8th, 2025. Now, we have topics. We have the introduction. We have Nigel becomes more lucid. Patrick's hen and Stag. Kojo takes a magic pill. The awards, the after show, and the outro. So yeah, I don't know if I could say what Kojo gets in the first minute, so I just have to change it a little. Very quickly.
Also, is lucid really the word? Because isn't it just the fact he's getting worse? Lucid means he's getting more cognizant.
I'm probably using the wrong word, but I just yeah.
Well, lucid means he's more aware.
I forget the terminology. Okay, mate. How are you?
Yeah, doing right. Back less grumpy than I've been on the last couple of podcasts. So here we are.
I can't wait till next week when he's more grumpy because I'm there.
Yeah.
Thought more about that in the after show, hopefully. So I guess without further ado, I'll just start, will I?
Yeah, go
ahead. So we have Nigel, Big Nige. Don't do what I did once, where I shortened Nige. Yeah. So what is he up to, Big Nige? Well, they want to do more tests on him, and I should clarify with its men's person. I can give my experience on this. I know this is like, when a medical doctor who's not a medical doctor says they can save someone. But so basically they do some cognitive tests on them. Basically going, can you write down the time? Can you remember a date? Sometimes they go, can you remember over here would be, can you remember who the president of Ireland is? Maybe in the UK it'll be something like, do you know who the current Prime Minister of England is? And if they say
just something that is essentially just easy knowledge that everybody probably should know, that they would know on their normal day, but maybe on their worst day they wouldn't.
Yeah, and also you kind of so you can also judge what time period they're in, because some of the dementia patients go into a time period. My nanny was stuck in the 50s, which means she would have, in her mind, been her late teens, late teens, early 20s, mid 20s. So yeah, they can get stuck in time periods where people exist, but they don't at the same time, if that makes sense to people. Where,
I mean, even that we'd seen Nigel stuck in the 90s when he was living on the square with his video shop and being with Dot Brannin. So like that's his time period that mentally he's still at.
Yeah, and obviously Julie wants to help him, but the problem is this might sound wrong, you can't really cheat on this test, because obviously she asked Nigel, I'm gonna give you an address and a name, and obviously Julie's like, Nigel, this is the name. And it feels like it's not your memory test, which is correct, because if you answer for them, you're
spoiling the results.
Yeah, because it's not for you; it's for them. Because it's like if they go to me, Piggy, what's 2 + 2, and then in the background you're going 4. What is it, Piggy? 4. And it's like,
it's like if you do like a scientific test and you need the sample size, and you intentionally, and if you're like randomly choosing who has what, and you decide to change the order, you've ruined the test, because now you can't tell if the results are actual. And at the end, obviously, Nigel, as kind of said, he is getting worse. He doesn't remember the name. He can't draw the times on the clock. Yeah, essentially it's told, can you draw like 10 past 11, and can you remember the name, like Matty Longstaff, some bollocks, some ridiculous name. But yeah, he obviously doesn't remember it, and this is because Phil and Julie are taking it in two different ways
Mhm.
because Phil has dealt with it for months, and he's dealt with it since Christmas. He's had to deal with it each day, and he's gotten the ebbs and flows, and he's seen Nigel at a better place than he is now, and he's seen him get progressively worse. But Julie has missed out on all that time, so she's still adjusting to it. But Julie's a little bit abrasive, if you will. She's a little bit like, no, we have to stay positive. Otherwise, if you stop trying, you're just gonna wilt up and die. And it's like, no, Julie, we're not being bleak. We're not trying to take this outlook. We just need to recognize that I am getting worse. But she kind of refuses to see it like that.
You see, from experience with a dementia patient, you kind of you kind of have to base your day around them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Julie obviously is like, he's going to do Pilates, he's gonna go for a 10K walk, and it's like, no, because some of them will just, I don't want to say throw a hissy fit, but like they'll just get confused and they don't know where they are. So you kind of, what you do, well, from experience, what you do is you put them in a place where they're with the other people who kind of have what they have, but are not. Like, not an old folks' home, but like a daycare for old people, like a little daycare. And you kind of
Or you
like,
just have like nurses come in or carers come on in, and then
yeah,
they will do the day, and then you'll do the night or something.
yeah. Unless you're my dad, then you do the full day and full night. Um, but yeah, you kind of can't really like put out a schedule because it just wouldn't work. You don't know what day they're gonna have. It's basically a gamble. It's like if you're betting it all on black and then red wins. It's like, no, no. I probably fucked up that analogy, but hopefully someone gets where I'm coming
No,
from.
it works for roulette.
But with this, you see, I've dealt with this firsthand, where you will have two types of people. The people who will live in denial, which Julie is, where they see that they haven't progressed, and then you have the people who have seen the progress and are not being bleak. They're just being like, look, they're not the person you knew. They are much worse. And you get that sad reality where you have the two differences. Because obviously Julie's living in the thing that that's her husband. He can still do all of this, whereas Phil is like, yeah, no,
I
no,
think it's
no.
the idea of being grounded or being like having your head in the clouds.
It's
Where
for
you're either optimistic or you're pessimistic. And you're not pessimistic just to be a dick about it. You're just kind of cognizant that this is how it is. May as well make peace with it, because if I don't, it'll drive me crazy. Whereas Julie's kind of like, no, you just have to keep trying. And if you don't try, you'll just end up like everybody else. And that's not how we're going to do it, because I'm going to do it better. And it's like, at the end of the day, a lot of people have tried to beat dementia. It's not something you do.
you
Like,
can't
sorry.
can't play chess against it. You'll always lose. Well, you can play chess against the bench person and win, but
Some say more unpredictable, to be honest.
yeah.
They don't even know what move they're going to make next.
But
Yeah.
like it's on this, it's a sad reality because like it is a killer. It honestly is. But you kind of do. You can be happy that you can live in denial and say there is no changes. What you're seeing is all in your head, and I know this makes me a bit sad, but I don't really care. Um, if I cry, I cry. Or you can just face facts and be like, yeah, it depends. Because some people, because roughly for dementia, there's a rough timeline of how long people live. The estimated time that dementia people live to is 5-6 years after they've been diagnosed. Some can last for 13, some can last for 10. Like, it all depends on how.
Jesus.
But the bleak reality is it's usually 4 to 6 years
Yeah.
because it will progress. But imagine dealing with someone who has it for like 13 years. Fucking hell.
May as well get a parrot at that point.
All right.
But,
But
yeah. I don't
But
know.
yeah, it either slowly kills you or it just progressively kills you faster. it depends on how it works.
Yeah, it's a sad way to go. It's
Uh,
but it's the two differences. I don't know if that joke was edgy, but
I'll be fine.
it happened.
I
But
approve of it.
yeah, it's just the sad case really, where the person you've come to love will probably not be the person that will die. You know,
Yeah.
there will be aspects of them. You know, they will still they'll be still be in the same body, but you know, the brain and the body are given up essentially, and there's nothing you can really do. So you either kind of make peace with it, and you know, you make allowances because you know some stuff that they would never do before, maybe they do now. So you kind of have to take the smooth with the rough. You know, it's just that's how it is, unfortunately.
Yeah. Also, like, you can't really tell them, like, you can't really write out a schedule for them what to do. Um,
Yeah,
but like, you can give them medication to help them, like, be a bit more grounded. I don't know if any standards fit. Nigel has medication, but if he does, he does.
yeah.
Um, I believe.
But it's also like it's a thing where you will have moments of lucidity. They will be lucid for a time, and you will have moments of them who they are. But those moments, as it goes on, will be fleeting. So
And I might be wrong, but I believe what medication my nanny was on, I'm on as well, which is mental. Um, but I, I just, there was just it's kind of wholesome in a sense because because like I've always said to people, when you know someone who has dementia, they die twice. They die when they lose all their memories, and then obviously they die in reality.
yeah, when they
Um,
actually die.
yeah, if they actually die. It's not like they die first and then wake back up and then die again. It's essentially just losing it twice. And the best thing to do is just make them happy, really. Like,
Yeah,
fun. Like,
just try and make the resistance not like. And imagine you reach a point where, like, at the start, maybe you say, "Hey, you know, this is the situation that's happening." Maybe at some point you just kind of just stop doing it because you know it's just going to unsettle them, or you know it's going to confuse them. And like, considering they're already having to battle their minds to not be perpetually confused, like at some point your job just becomes trying to ease the pain a little bit, just ease the confusion, ease a lot of the a lot of the battles they're facing with the condition. So
yeah, and like it's like it's a wholesome as well. But like my favorite bit was when my nanny had a fall. A few years before I left
the
school.
phrasing of that is something else. Good
Yeah,
lord.
no, I'll get to it in a
My
second.
favorite bit is when she had a fall.
The old clumsy bitch. How could she? Um, but she had a fall and she was obviously brought into hospital. But
Yeah.
like, so obviously, like my nanny had a bit of a sweet tooth. You know, she loved. Well, she had no teeth, but she did have a bit of a sweet tooth. That's why I'm so fat. Um, and basically, I remember I went into the hospital to see her one day, and she turns to me and she goes, "Piggy," and I go, "Yeah, Nan. Look, I only want my jelly and ice cream. Do you want the dinner?" And without any hesitation, it just pans to me, just having the dinner, going, "Yeah, Nanny, I can't believe you're having this dinner. Delicious." Yes, she did pretty much have a sweet tooth. Also, they won't show it in EastEnders because it's pretty watershed. But a lot of dementia patients start cursing more frequently when they have dementia. From experience with my nanny. But
Fair enough.
I've always said, my favorite phrase my nanny would say when my dad had to ultimately do the hardest job, which is cleaning them, is "Get your hands off my willy, please." She didn't have a willy, I don't think, but yeah, she used to always say
As far as
that.
you know.
Yeah, you say, "Get your hands off my willy." You're touching my willy. So yeah, that's why Willy the Pug always makes me laugh.
Yeah,
So,
big fan of Ethel Skinner.
eh,
But yeah, and I suppose the week of Nigel essentially is you realise he's getting worse. And then you have the battle between Phil and Julie, where Julie wants to basically Phil's set the routine. Where also the Phil Mitchell food routine's mental. Monday, bangers and mash. Sausage mac, delicious. Tuesday, tortillas Tuesday. Mate. Phil can't make tortillas. What do you mean? He's never had anything Mexican in his life.
He makes it in the most British way possible, let's be real.
He just puts him in a wrap.
He just
that's them bloody tortillas in that. Yeah.
He puts fucking smiley faces in them.
But yeah, and essentially it's Phil. It's the same line where Phil, who's used to it, and now Julie, who's adjusting to it. But it's a very hard adjustment for anyone at any point in time, especially Julie, who's awfully stubborn and a bit spiky at the best of times. And what kind of causes more drama as they bring in the chickens that they had in Scotland. You have David Peckham, the cockerel. You have Sport. Do you have Specs and Sporty?
I think so.
Like the Spice Girls. And basically David Peckham's a loud bastard, and he's pissed everybody off. So at the start of Tuesday's episode, you do just have the first 5 seconds as the EastEnders theme goes, like boom, boom. Then Phil's just like, shut up, just grabbing the cage, shut up. Oh, it's great.
I love
That's the reaction image.
I love it. Yeah, they basically are introduced to David Peckham and who's a cockerel and the other chickens, and fucking Phil hates them so much. But it's so funny. Cause yeah, he's grabbing the fence like, shut up, Lou, shut up. He's just like, I'm like, who has the dementia here, Phil or Nigel? And my favorite thing is you have George who just has noise cancelling headphones. And
he's just got some earplugs in.
And
not phased by it.
And then you have Phil who's like, oh god, I can't fucking sleep, these fucking chickens. Shit. And I think you just have George like, yeah, you should try these, man. And yeah, David Peckham goes a bit on the loose. He
does escape.
He does escape, fucking bastard.
We did get fun shots of him just walking through the square. Like Ravi has a serious conversation with Oki and Harry, and then David Peckham's just waltzing around. It's just fun.
You think they actually let a loose cockerel on the set?
I mean, they didn't really let him. They had him. You're asking a question which is going to ring the old autism up. So, all right, if we think about this logically, who the fuck cares?
I'm assuming they got a trained cockerel. But I don't really know you can train them. Because that raises another question.
You can train most animals, really.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can train a fucking chicken. Let's be honest. But hypothetically, breaking down the scenario, the chicken was CGI'd. But yeah, Julie rescues the chicken, and what does she rescue her from? You'll find out in part 2 in a minute. The next topic there, please, will be, because we're on about chickens, it's Patrick's hen and Stag. Yeah, I feel like this is very important for the plot. Hold on, just very quickly changing it. There we go. So what happens with Patrick and Yolande's Stag? Well, firstly, Patrick is still a bit upset over the whole break-in. He's scared for his life. But Oscar comes in, plays. What did he play? Dominoes. Should have phoned the Dominoes. Get Dominoes in playing Dominoes. Give me grand. And he basically eases Patrick in. And then Yolande announced she's having a hen and Stag do. And is this a real game that Patrick plays spoons? Or is it a fake?
I've heard of it. I've heard it's a thing. Never played it myself. Well, essentially, so I'll get into a dumb card game that I used to play, but after Oscar's spending some time with Patrick and Yolande, kind of getting used to him, and Oscar still kind of has that, I'm not really a nice boy, blah, blah, blah. Basically trying to hint at the fact that he was at fault for Patrick's attack. But he doesn't really say it, and Howie sees this and he's pissed off. But then Jack sees Howie get all up in Oscar's shit. And he's like, whoa, what's going on there? And he doesn't tell him. and then it kind of peaks at Patrick's stag, where they bring over rum and beers, and they're all drinking, and then they play spoons instead. And Howie's obviously fuming, but Howie he took the money, didn't he? So he's not that upset. So he's still fuming that basically that Oscar and Lauren are being blackmailed by Howie, who is angry at Oscar for being around Patrick. And then they have a little square off, and then Patrick like freaks the fuck out because a bit of trauma after the attack, and kind of it goes from there. But yeah, they're playing spoons. I'm sure it's a thing. During like my teenage years, I used to play a card game called Boner, which essentially it's got a sexy name, but it's essentially you lay out all the cards on a deck and you lay them all out, and you basically have to find the same. You have to find your card in like a whole bunch of the cards laid out, and when you do it, you shout Boner and you win. But it's just about deducting what your card is and like finding it in the pile. It was a fun game. It was a weird. Found it whilst I was doing like a thing called NCS, which I think has been cancelled now. Where you go do the thing over the summer and you do some charity work at the end and all that stuff. But yeah, did learn the card game called Boner, so it was good fun.
Oh, you're doing the Prime Minister special where you get cancelling and doing charity work to clear your image.
But yeah, if I phrase it in a different way, it does sound weird saying I got taught how to play Boner with my guidance counsellor. Just after college. So it does sound a little bit weird if you say it like that, but it was genuinely a fun game.
He just wanted to find the boner, let's be honest. So yeah, he kicks Oscar out after the panic attack. David Peckham shows up in cock-a-doodle-doo. Excuse me. David Peckham does show up at the hen do. And I believe he shits himself, or he drops an egg. I was playing my colouring game. I was not paying attention. And it was 6 a.m, so excuse me.
I like how you act as if it's a choice you didn't make. I just had to bloody stay up till 6 so we'll see the episode drop and then sleep.
Yeah, I don't know why my brain works like that. It's like I gotta see the episode when it drops so I can sleep, so I feel a bit more. I don't fucking know. And then basically Nicola kicks David Peckham and everyone out, or everyone leaves after the panic attack, and David Peckham obviously is happy. And then basically Jack.
I will say the hen do wasn't as much fun as if there's one thing that Chris Crenshaw always had nailed, it was the stag and hen do's in his era, because you always just use it as an excuse to get all the lads or get all the women to just shoot the shit and just joke about how like failed their relationships are, or like dumb little things that they did, like how Mo talked about having a lesbian like one night stand in like the 70s, which was definitely with Pat. But like, it was always so good at just kind of poking fun at everybody's history. But this one didn't really get going. They just had them like wear like toilet paper dresses and fucking a chicken, but a cock will just bust in. So yeah, not as fun as Clenshaw's hen or stag do's, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that was basically the entire thing. Jack then confronts Oscar, and he's like, "I know what you did, Oscar," and Oscar's like, "Yeah, I know."
The old soap classic. I know what you did. Oh, what? You know about the thing that I don't know about? Oh, bloody hell! I said the thing, didn't I? Ah. So I know what you did when you attacked Peter, and then Oscar's like, shit. There's the old classic. Oscar, how do you feel? Shit. Shit. I feel shit. And then he finds out that he was the one who attacked Patrick, and he basically he kind of, I don't even know what happens at this point. He asks Lauren, and then he confronts Oscar, and then I think that's the Duff Duff.
That is the Duff Duff. And I was mildly disappointed because I thought the Duff Duff was going to be George absolutely battering Oki. But it wasn't. That's probably next week. And speaking of Oki,
it's never been said as okay.
I know. Leave me alone. Kojo gets spiked. So yeah. What happens in this week? Well, Monday's episode's going fine. Everything's going fine. And then Oki basically gives Kojo a drug. Is it a drug? What is it, Ash? You know the drug?
It's MDMA.
MDA.
MDMA. There's an M in there. Mandy.
MDNA. Basically gives him a drug.
It's not MDNA.
And tells him to basically, look, it'll chill you out. So he takes it. It's also his birthday. And he takes it, and then he collapses on a bench.
Well, it's also, he's upset because it's on his birthday. They all chip in to get Kojo like a VR headset so he can like race all the cars that he likes. And then George agrees he'll take him to go see a bunch of the like luxury sports like car dealerships and kind of see all the fancy stuff, you know. An autistic person's dream. So, what? I get to see all the fancy cars? Yeah.
The Francis. Oh,
I never got the cars or the trains autism, me. So.
The Francis Bourgeois treatment. I believe that's his name. The guy who loves the trains with the TikTok. Him.
But it continues, however, as while this happens, George notices that Kojo's got a new watch from one of his mates, and Harry says it's him because Harry obviously has to cover for it. We do need to get into, which we forgot on the topics, is Ravi and Priya getting back together, but we can do that at some point. But George finds Nicola. Nicola opens up about Dad and about how it's been 20 years since he died, even though she didn't actually like him whatsoever because he kind of paraded her around, but at home he would be like completely cold and then was abusive later on in life. But her and George kind of discuss having a traumatic upbringing as such, and they get together and they have a kiss and they have a little bunk up after saying, "Hey, we're not gonna look, this is over. This can never happen again." It's immediate. But Gina kind of mentions, "Hey, Kojo went home," and then Kojo, upset, goes back to his flat alone, and then Oki's there, and they're all packaging up a bunch of the gear. And at that point, we see Oki kind of be like, Kojo's like, "I want everybody out. I want everybody to leave." But Oki's like, just chill out. Just take a pill, and it's MDMA. So it kind of mellows him out, and at that point, you just kind of find him like on a bench, just completely out of it.
Yeah, I'm back to it. Basically, he's unconscious, and then George finds him after having a shag and brings them back to Phil's, and he's unconscious. Julie's trying her best to reconscience him, but it's not really working. And then like Jack's like, "I have to bring him to the police station," and then both what's his name? George and Phil go, "Fuck off! No, look the other way. He is a bit autistic. Don't do it to him." And Jack's like, "But it's part of the law. I need to do."
I say a bit autistic. He is autistic.
Yeah, but I didn't want
when
to.
People say they're a bit autistic, they usually mean they're usually talking shit. I'm a bit autistic. I just like numbers. Like, yeah, fuck off. Fuck right off. All right, you're either autistic or you're not. Don't fucking you can't be a tourist with autism. I'm stuck with this shit brain. Don't glamorize it, you bastards. Anyway,
a tourist with autism, fucking hell.
Yeah, well, that's what people do. It's like, I just don't like how people just, they're a little bit autistic. What? They're just a bit done with social cues. Yeah, sound like It doesn't mean it. I've
No,
lived 24 years with this shit brain.
no, it's just the way you
Just because
said.
I made peace with it doesn't mean that I like it.
Yeah, fair enough. But
I wouldn't wish it on anybody else. I've got to actively think if I ever have kids, will my kids have the same fucked up brain I do? That's not a fun thing. Fuck it. Fucking autism. A bit autistic. Piss off.
I just side note, like thinking about kids, I always wanted to donate to a sperm bank. Then I realised I'm on antidepressants, so I can't really, but I'd love to. Because I don't want to spread my seed, but I'd be alright if someone wants to use my seed to spread on someone else. I have no problem with that. I don't know, it's just something weird I've always thought about. Like, I don't want to be a father, but I don't mind surrogating people to have kids, you know? It's weird. Ever felt like that before, Ash?
No.
It's
It's a very weird thing. It's kind of an odd thing for you. Like, I don't know, the way you say it, you make it sound you're like, yeah, I'd do that. I'd be saving lives. I was like, what?
I mean, I've probably killed more kids jacking off than I ever did before.
But yeah, as you mate, no more, no more. I think both of us are on that doomer. I don't think either of us are out of breeding at any point. Probably for the better case of mankind.
Yeah, imagine little piggies running around. Oh my Christ! I'll be fucking twatting one of them in Tesco's.
How many piggies does it take to change a light bulb?
None.
As much as they can try, none of them can fucking do it. It's all hovering around. I don't know. Yeah.
How many piggies does it take to buy shopping? None. Because we ate all the food before we got home. But yeah, like, yeah, he's like, Jack, he's autistic, mate. Don't bring him onto the station. He's not going to do well. And Jack's like, but it's part of the law. No, I kind of have to.
I mean, you'll often see all the stuff, right, where you see someone who is autistic and they are being like, because, and especially if in the case of Kojo or if in the case of anybody else, like if they are in a pretty bad state and they're like stimming or they're kind of going a bit out of control or they're not really reading the situation, maybe someone go, oh, they're on drugs, oh, they're tweaking. So I'll take them in and then obviously take them to a police station, a completely unknown place, and with be in the law, kind of set off the alarm bells in the brain. It'd be a pretty traumatizing experience for someone with autism. And that's what they're trying to avoid, because Kojo's probably probably not done anything particularly bad. Never really been in trouble with the law. So yeah, just kind of let's avoid this traumatic thing. Jack, as always, I need to follow protocol. And then he basically says, look, I'll find out who it is. I'll tell you. And Jack says, tell me tomorrow. And then George doesn't. And then they just move on with it.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Kojo wakes up.
There's some more stuff.
Covers for Harry. George threatens Harry by choking him. And then we get the daddy chill moment where they're all like, get off him, George, please get off. George, I'm putting you in timeout, George, okay, there we go, thank you, George. And then George walks off, and then he says, Harry, if you're fucking around with my brother, I will batter you, sunshine. To reference one of those call-out videos with the Travellers, because they're fantastic. I always recommend those call-out videos.
But yeah, and then George he zeroes in on Harry. He does believe Harry's at fault, and this is while Oki and because this one kind of leading to the Ravi stuff, where Ravi essentially has a moment of clarity where he goes, first they take away Walford East from him, which is Max Brannan gonna own Walford East? We're back. We are so back. And Walford East is kind of taken down by HMRC because they think he's been doing some dodgy stuff, doing some dodgy tax stuff. And so he has a moment where him and Priya have a cozy moment and they kiss and they get back together officially. But Priya says, not if you're doing stuff on the sly though. I can't be dealing with you like shifting gear or dealing drugs. I can't handle it. I don't want you to break my heart again, because that's what happened the first time. But Ravi's like, oh yeah, I'll go clean. Then he has a conversation with Zach about providing for your family, and he then decides, fuck it. Well, guess I'm just gonna keep shifting gear. So
Yeah.
this leads for Harry and Oki to get more like, okay, you need to buckle down, you need to do more, bank holiday weekend, get shifting everything. And so Oki tries basically, because they're using Kojo's flat to kind of package all the stuff up and shift whatever they are doing, which later would involve like wiping phones and selling those. So when Kojo wants them all out, obviously that's when Oki gives him a pill of MDMA, and this freaks everybody out. And then later on, Harry's obviously pissed off that why the fuck would you do that, mate? He's a vulnerable. Like, how messed up is it of you to do that to a vulnerable person? And at that point in time, Oki kind of realizes, well, we can't have this rattled, so now I've got to do this. But then we also see in like Wednesday's episode where you have Oki and he kind of like moves over, but in his back pocket you see he's got a gun. Like, he's not fucking about. And then they make it more overt in the Wednesday or Thursday episode where they say, look, if Kojo's brother's going to be a problem, I've got to be sorting this out. And they kind of like highlight it more specifically. People are theorizing that maybe Anna gets caught in the crossfire and she either dies or just leaves after getting shot. I think I don't hate Anna taking a bullet, but I don't think she should die simply because too many of Cindy's kids are dead. And even if you just recast Anna in the end, you can't get another one of Cindy's kids dead. Like, you can't. You can't. You've already played that dice too many times. You need the kids of Cindy's to still be around and still exist. So, yeah. So, like, I don't hate the idea. Maybe that's how she leaves. She gets shot and then ends up in the crossfire. George is kind of, like, traumatized. And Cindy, maybe they have a little coming together. But at the end of the day, it would be a cool way to have Anna, who's been an otherwise utterly unremarkable character, leave the show.
Yeah. And that's pretty much the week, isn't it?
Really, is it? Is that all that happened?
Yeah.
Christ. We rattled through that.
And now it's give your thoughts as it's the awards, and it is time for week review.
I'm just trying to make sure we did. We pretty much have covered everything, haven't we?
Yeah.
Christ. I mean, thoughts on it? I've been saying this kind of off camera, but I do think we're at a point where we're only like 2 months into Ben Wadey's time on the show. And while we have seen some pretty intriguing changes and some cool adjustments that he's made to his direction of the show, I won't lie, we are waiting for that big boom as such. We are waiting for that big moment to kind of kick off the era properly. Because, like, yeah, sure, we've tackled with some of this stuff, but like, we saw Zoe's slight return, but she's not back fully, so it's not that big. Like, we're building up to that big moment when Zoe gets back, and she'll be back soon. Like, give it maybe 2 weeks max. Like, she'll be back very soon, let's be honest. So she will be back, and then that is when we can fully start to get kicked into gear for the Ben Wadey stuff. But like, still this little 2-month changeover period, probably not really been my favorite. It's not really been that like must see either. It's just kind of been like, I like some of the directions. I like Kojo and Harry's friendship first and foremost. I like the new direction to George. I like the reshuffling of a bunch of characters. I kind of enjoy the Suki Ravi kind of change in character direction for a little bit. I enjoy the Joel stuff, but nothing's really kicked into fourth gear yet, and we're still kind of waiting for it to fully explode. So, yeah, like, it was all right. It was an okay week of EastEnders. I like Oscar's inclusion. Oscar's a great character, and I love him. But fundamentally, we're waiting for that really, really big bang that's going to usher in the new era whilst because as of now, we've just kind of been. It's just kind of been like window dressing. It's like, oh, this is cool. This was cool. Nothing's nothing smashed out of the window and grabbed you by the throat and said, you need to fucking watch EastEnders now. It's just kind of been meh, really. It's not been bad. Like, it's been fine. It's just, it is lacking a lot of that kind of sauce. And I recognise that, yeah, shorts of soap. All soaps have a bit of a lull period. But we do need that next big event to happen, and we need it to happen soon.
Yeah. I guess my thoughts on it. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I thought my nipple slipped out for a second. But my thoughts is, I don't mind like this week. It's just nothing happens really. You are just. It's like, oh, Oki's continuing to be a dick. That's it. Oh, David Peckham escaped. It's like, yeah, they're kind of like lulling it into the boom period, which is going to be obviously Zoe's return. I know it's not really going to be a boom period, but like it's going to be an explosion of an entrance. Like next week, Paul Truman, I believe that's the right one, or is it Anthony? Which one is it, Ash?
I think it's. I'm gonna say it's Anthony.
Anthony Truman returns next week, and there's literally been no hype about him returning.
Yeah. He's back next week. Yeah.
And then obviously Alfie revealed Zoe, like the Zoe secret next week as well, I believe. Spoilers. And I just don't know. We're just waiting for something to happen, I guess. Nothing's really happening. It's just slowly progressing, which I have no problem with. It can slowly progress. It's just like you needed to, kind of, go a bit further than what it's delivering. But
I thought they were going to build up to Zoe a lot more. And I know that they are going to like rein it back. I know they're going to like bring it back to the forefront. But like they went, hey, Zoe's back. Wait, oh, she's gone again. Oh, hey, is Alfie going to tell Zoe? Alfie going to tell Kat? No. And now we wait for about 2 months. Oh, Alfie's finally going to tell Kat about Zoe. Like, you're supposed to. It's a kind of thing. It's a thing that people obviously complained about the recent Bianca stuff, where they went, "Oh, so we've just not seen Bianca for like 3 months." Like, at least show us something. At least give us some, like a little delicious bit of cheese. Like, oh, delicious. Bianca. She's clearly got a plan. Where they went, nah, she's just there. Like, you need to, not because the viewers have like shit memory, but you do need to like keep building it. You don't just let it sit. Yeah, sure, you let it linger for a while, but you still need to give something to work with.
Yeah, and I guess
it's like a good trailer for a movie. You don't spoil the most dramatic shit because obviously that ruins it. But you gotta give something good. You can't just have it be like, hey, they exist. Like, you need something to munch onto.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what's in the store. But now it's time for the awards. Can you give us the awards, please?
We have the underrated for obviously basically whoever we like the most this week.
Mm-hmm.
We have who needs slapping down,
Mm-hmm.
which was a topic on the Reddit the other day, which was fun. People are forgetting about us. People are forgetting that we've been doing who needs slapping down for 138 weeks. So just remember. We have the Chris Clenshaw for most promising, most exciting. And we have the Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence for most wooden.
We'll start off with the Chris Crenshaw Award of Excellence.
There is no excellence. That's the Keanu Taylor. But in terms of Chris Crenshaw most promising, pretty slim pickings this week, really. Like, I don't know. I guess it's just I don't know, be a nice celebration of Patrick and Yolande, I guess. I don't know. This week was mid as fuck.
What I'm going for is bloody the chickens. The chickens being absolute menaces. Like, that's most promising. We have a new little animal on the square because we had a parrot and he fucked off. He's still there. Jasper is still there. We have Tyson. the Chihuahua, who is there but rarely mentioned, and now we have chickens. And the difference between chickens and dogs and parrots is you're gonna have to have those fuckers like in the background of nearly every scene, like cockling or cackling, whatever they do. But you can't really have a scene in Phil's house where the roosters are quiet because those are loud bastards. Like having a nanny who lives on a farm, oh Jesus. Do get some lovely eggs out of them though, and they do make good eggs. So appreciation. The next award is the Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence. Um, I'm giving it again to the chickens. I'm giving it to the setup for the chickens. Um, it's a
Taken
little,
together pretty sharpish.
yeah, it's tiny though. Like the fuckers can't roam around. It's like they're stuck in an American factory. Like, for context, that joke is the fact that over here and in the UK, or dairy, or not dairy industry, or chicken industry, or fast food industry, gonna let the chicken roam free before we kill them. Whereas in America, they're literally stuck in a,
Well, some people.
yeah.
Some companies do.
For the most part, we let them roam before we kill them. For the most part,
I'd like to believe we let the chickens roam free, but that's probably not the case.
yeah. But
For a lot of places.
but let's just say it is compared to
Healthy
America.
chickens are happy chickens, or whatever
Yeah.
the phrase is.
Compared to like America, where they're literally stuck in like one corner, and it's like you have to fucking eat all of these oats, boy. And then the chicken just has to get as fat as it can with steroids pumped into them, and then the chicken comes out shit. Like it's horrible. It's like a lot of processing. It's like shit. I wouldn't recommend American chicken. Like if Irish and English chicken is somewhat decent. But yeah, I'm giving it to like the coop, the setup. With your Keanu Taylor Award of Excellence.
Barney failing his chemistry GCSE.
It's just a second. I never passed geography or history. They were my 2 weak spots.
Ironically, I didn't actually pass computing, which is kind of funny.
I couldn't
But,
do. I didn't do chemistry.
I got like 9 out of 11 GCSEs, so I was chilling. Ultimately, it doesn't matter that much.
No. Being a successful podcast.
Yeah, that happened. One thing I've seen people bitching about the fact that all of the kids are getting GCSEs. Like, people are bitching that Avani and Nugget got the GCSEs at the same time, and it's like, yes, I know they're technically like years apart, but they're all being aged up. All the kids are getting aged up. Fucking prepare yourselves. Avani is being treated as the same age as Nugget, and Amy, Denzel, this crop of teens are all getting aged up. So like, shut the fuck. Stop bitching about the fact that they should be getting their GCSEs at a different time because they are different ages. Like, just how it is.
And
just how it is.
And
sometimes the writers decide we want these kid characters to become adults, and that's just how it's happened.
And
like, it would just be weird if Avani was just stuck a year behind, despite getting more storylines than everybody else. And they've all had big like transformative storylines as well. Like Amy had the self-harm, Denzel had the steroid abuse, so did Nugget, and he also had the stuff with Nish and the dialysis. Avani's obviously had her breakout year this year. Like, they've all basically, other than like Will Mitchell and Janet and even Tommy's had it, Joel's had it. They're younger now, seemingly, but all of the teens that they're actually invested in and want them to be big characters have actually had a big storyline. So, like, just stop bitching about the fact that now Avani and Nugget are basically the same age.
And can I just want to like add something if you don't mind? This is Piggy's American complaining section, so just
okay.
Very quickly, I'm gonna just very briefly bring this. So you know, like how in the UK, right? They don't really talk about the history they did to other countries.
Yeah.
The president basically put out on Truth Social going, museums are woke. We need to change how they talk about slavery too much, not the great things we did for this country. And I went, yeah, the slavery is the big thing you've done for the country. Your land is built off slavery. So Like, and they're bringing back the 10 Commandments into the classrooms and shit. I'm like, oh god, we're going back in time. But yeah, yeah. I I I don't know if I actually. I think I passed my exams. I think. I think I got 84% in my exams. I got like an A in
Nice.
English because I bullshit like through like a story. I just be like, she opened the door and she saw the man she always hated, and she punched him in the face while eating a cornetto, and she just loved it. The English teacher. Um, Most of the teachers, my English and my home ec teacher, just kind of like just were all right with me. My home ec teacher would like basically shit on everyone else, but just be nice to me. To be fair, I was eating raw onions in our class, so like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you were the special kid.
yeah. I somehow was the special kid in the special class. Yeah, but yeah, it just
Quite impressive. No, honestly, the one thing I kind of lament about my exams is I don't know. I should have just made school like a game where you just go. Well, it's just you just listen to the fucking teachers. Honestly, like they're not. Just answer the questions like you're taught to. Is my fucking advice. Like you don't need to get wanky about it and be like, oh no, this is actually really smart. Just answer the questions that they tell you to. That's the whole point of the exams. You're not there to prove that you're some fucking academic talent. You just prove that you can answer the questions you've been taught to answer. Like, just fucking, just play the game. Just do it. You'll have way less trouble if you just do that. That's the advice I'd give to younger me about exams. But also, depending on what you do, like it doesn't really matter that much. Like, if you go to uni, you just need English and maths for your A levels, pretty much. And then if you do A levels, or you go to like tech college, or you just do an apprenticeship, like at the end of the day, it's just about how you work and like what you're capable of. So
I do
for the
just
most part, and even if you do the university pipeline, a lot of people who do get a uni degree don't fucking use it. So
I do very quickly like want to say, I don't know if they changed it, but yeah, for people who don't know, I did Leaving Cert Applied. Leaving Cert Applied is basically for the special kids. Like it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier on you. It helps you because like if I'm dyslexic, I can't be in like A level maths. And unless they changed it, I legally can't go to college. I would have to, because
not
my
really.
because my exam results.
Fuck this idiot.
Right,
What the fuck is
I've
that?
said this multiple times, but basically in Ireland you have to get like I believe 500 points to be
Yeah.
able to get to college. But with Leaving Cert Applied,
Oh,
obviously
you just don't get it.
you obviously get a much lower grade because you're doing like easy level maths, easy level English, easy level like religion, and easy level like you're just doing easy level stuff. So they just to get your points up, you have to go to a different institution and then do that to build up your score to then go to college. They might have changed it, but that's what I was told you would do. So even if I got good results on it, I would legally have to go to an institution or something before I can go to college. And even if I get into college, it would be very hard on me because I'm special. So yeah, I legally can't go to college. Um,
Fair enough.
so
Good thing you have no intentions of ever doing that. So
yeah, I will get back in a second, but just another thing was I loved having a laptop in school though, because like the religion classes were so fun because they'd be going on about fucking Jesus was a great guy, and I'd be in the background having SVR06 on with my headphones in, playing SmackDown versus Raw on the PSP emulator. Fucking Firefly, could you shine your light? Yeah, so this is why Jesus on the first Firefly. Just me in the fucking background vibing the Firefly. By Breck and Benjamin. Oh, it's great crack. Did cheat on my
good
exams.
song.
Did cheat on
Probably
my.
shouldn't be the way that you do exams.
No, it wasn't my exams. It was just during religion class, like, um, just during it, like, because obviously I was exempt from religion, so they didn't really have room for me to go to like a special classroom. So I'd just be sitting in the back of the class while the teacher's like fucking teaching religion. I'm just listening to Firefly. But I did cheat on my exams with my leaving cert. I've made this very clear because they told me you have to turn off your laptop's Wi-Fi, and they never checked it. So, and I had to be put in a special classroom because I had to have like a tutor look at me in case I need something to write down that I can't write. I need someone to write for me. And obviously, they just went, Piggy, your Wi-Fi's off on the computer. Now. Yeah. Oh, okay. Dang
I
And then
mean, I do wonder how differently like my schooling would have gone, because obviously now knowing that I do have autism, so I probably would have had a laptop way earlier. Probably would have gotten more time for exams and shit. Like, I do wonder if I would have, like, I probably would. I would be way better at school now if I fuck. You know that like hypothetical power fantasy that everybody loves to do. Well, if I could go back, I'd fucking invest in Bitcoin, me, because I'd make all the money and then I'd never have to worry about money in my life. Like, yeah, fuck off. it is a fun power fantasy, sure, but like, fuck off. And yeah, that's like, I don't know. I'd just be smart about it. Probably have a laptop at all times. Probably actually understand how I learn better than how any of the teachers did. Because unsurprisingly, just writing down what. Because when you'd be like taught stuff, just take notes, just write it down. Like I'd spend more time worried about being too slow to take all the notes down than I wouldn't actually study any of the shit that I wrote. So like. I would just never actually pick up any of the information, so it'd be way too fucking much of it. Because I don't know, I'm not too good at remembering shit. But yeah, I don't know.
It was weird because our teachers would just tell us to take a photo of the whiteboard and then just have it on your phone. To like revise it. So, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, for people who don't know, I finished school during a pandemic. Like I finished in the year 2022. So I'm only like out of school for 3 years. All my friends went to college. I didn't. I stayed behind. But yeah, I'll get back to the awards in a second. But my favorite thing was like doing the movies and books because I'd be so wanky and nonchalant. I can probably pull up one of my docs because I used to do them on my. Because I was given a school email that I was supposed to write on, but I used my normal email because I didn't really like having the school email. But I'd use my school email when I had to email a teacher, so they didn't just get Piggy.
BigDick74@gmail.hotmail.com.
Sorry, miss. I created this when I was 12. I'm sorry, but like, I still have that account. It's on my phone, the school one. But like, yeah, I tried my best. But anyways, back to the awards. We might do more of this at the after show. Who is underrated?
Underrated. I'm just gonna give it all the awards go to Oscar. No, I'll say I liked George actually getting a bit violent. I like George having a bit more of a purpose. That was fun.
And I'm continuing my chicken award. I'm giving it to David Peckham. And who needs slapping down? David Peckham.
Okay.
Dave Peckham for keeping all the neighbours up. Jesus. And now it is the after show. So if you have anything to say or I want anything to discuss, we can discuss it now.
Just normal. I don't know. Went back to the gym this week. Been 3 times. Started. I think I signed up last Friday. Went on Saturday. Been going every other day. It's been good fun. It's been nice to be back in the gym. Doing a shitload of cardio, which is, I don't know, for some reason that's my bread and butter. I don't know why. I'm just like, hour of cardio, let's go. It's been good fun. It's been nice to do. I will always fuck with going to the gym. It's just, I mean, I look at the last time I went to the gym and I wonder how I made it through 2 months, because I was like 2 days in a row, then a day off, then 2 more days, then a day off. I was like, holy shit, how was I still doing that? That's way too much. I'm probably doing the same amount. I'm just doing it every other day. So I don't know. It's a good thing to do though. It definitely helps with confidence. If I'm definitely someone who struggles with confidence, which is contrary to my belief in myself, but definitely struggle a bit with confidence. So it's always nice to feel like you're actually like making the effort and kind of working on shit. So yeah, it's been alright.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to a bunch of wrestling this weekend and Monday before I see Ash on Tuesday and Wednesday. Um, I'm going to the SmackDown in Dublin that already has taken place at the when this is released. Um, it's been it's live on Friday. It's already out. When you're watching this on Sunday, I'm going to Forbidden Door. On Sunday, an AEW show, another wrestling company. And then I'm going back to WWE to Raw in Birmingham. So yeah, I'm excited for all of these. So it's not really for the filler shows, and not really excited to sit inside an arena for about 6 hours watching back-to-back matches. You know, I like the wrestling, but AEW do a bit too much, some would say. And yeah, but my favorite match I'm looking forward to is Nigel McGuinness, who's considered one of the best underrated wrestlers of all time, and versus Zack Sabre Jr., who's considered one of the best technical wrestlers of this generation. Because obviously, if you are an old school, you would know the legends that are considered for technical wrestling, which is Bret Hart and Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit, if we don't mention Chris Benoit. But yeah, that's what I'm mainly doing. It's just that. I'll be then I'm going to see Ash on the Tuesday, record Christmas stuff, because that's where we found out it would be easier to do. I'll just go up to him when I'm doing my trip in August.
I mean, you're also aren't you coming from Birmingham, anyways? So
Yeah, I'm coming from Birmingham.
that's already West Midlands. So like, it's probably not even that long a travel down.
Yeah, and then like I'll be staying.
I'm pretty sure that's an easy journey. God damn.
and then it's on the Tuesday, and then I'm staying Tuesday and Wednesday because we're probably gonna do all the like other videos we can do on the Tuesday, and then the cooking videos on the Wednesday. Ash will obviously get the ingredients. I'll just agree to it. And then we will, yeah, that'll be it. And then hopefully we can record the podcast. So I'm up early Thursday. If not, we record it on Friday. And yeah, that's mainly it. Because the previous times it was like, oh, come over to Tuesday and I'll stay till Friday. And then Ash by the Wednesday, it's like, fuck off. And I'm like, okay, thanks. But we figured
it's just the unfortunate thing where I am me. And I love to be able. I'm antisocial as fuck, essentially.
Yeah.
Even if it's like a person who are like as my favorite person in the whole world, if you still stick me there and I have to be like, so I have to be social for like any vaguely extended period of time, and I can't just like leave the Discord call and fuck off and do my own shit. By the end, I'm like, oh fucking, can you fucking leave?
And see, the problem that is also like it wouldn't be as much as trouble had I lived in the UK. But I don't know what I was trying to say there. If I lived in the UK, it'd be much easier because then I can make a day or two trip up to Ash. But the problem that makes it much worse and much harder.
You've got to get a flight from Ireland.
Yeah, which I know a flight is cheap from Ireland, but it's the fact. For context, this won't dox Ash, thankfully. I have to fly when I was visiting Ash before. I had to fly in to Manchester and get the train to. Can I say the train I have to get?
Meh.
I'd get the train.
I ain't risking it.
No, alright. I'd get the train that would go like to another country, and then I'd meet Ash halfway there. That was it. It was like so. It wasn't really worth it because like I have a friend called Rose who like he's kind of like me in a sense where he wants to go see movies, he wants marathons, he wants to watch movie marathons, and like no one really wants to do it with him, and they just have me. He's like, I'll do it. So like I can make like a weekend out of it with him because he'd be like, I want to go to London, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do like everything. I like, all right, I'll try and do as much as I can. Whereas I have Ash who's like, like maybe come off on the Tuesday, maybe fuck off on the Wednesday. I was like, all right. Like, like again, I don't want people thinking I'm shitting on Ash. I respect Ash's
No,
boundaries.
no. Um,
I
I mean,
mean,
if it was my full choice, I just wouldn't do it. But like,
yeah,
it's a good thing to do. It is fun to do. But
it,
even me at the best days, I'd still be like, just do it online. Fuck it.
it's just
I just think I'm better behind a webcam and a microphone. Really, in
it's
person, I'm a bit shit.
yeah. I just find it like I do want like some in-person content for Watching Walford. So I don't want people to think that we do hate each other when we don't. I just like having just a tiny bit of Christmas where it's like, we're see guys, we are friends. Look at this. I'm hanging out at his house, and then it's like you have to sleep in a hotel. Ah, okay. I don't. For clarification, I don't have to sleep in a hotel. I sleep in the spare room. Um, yeah. I make the joke to Ash's friend every time when I'm in his stream that I am gonna absolutely destroy his downstairs toilet. So, and then I get told I'm not coming over again. And then he invites me over. Last time I was there, Ash says I fell on the stairs, so that was fun. That was fun. I missed the last step because it was pitch black, and I missed the last step.
It wasn't that dark, but yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Well,
If you say so.
yeah. Hopefully I don't
But
do. Hopefully I don't do it
yeah,
again, but I will. I will.
yeah, it's just that one thing where like at the end of the day, I will do it, but also I will like if Piggy ever gets upset, where I'm like, I'd happily never do it again. It's just who I am. It's just how it is. Like,
Like
let
this.
me complain, let me bitch about it. I will do it, and it will be fun. But also, I'm not gonna start doing like, yeah, let's have 4 trips a year. Nah, I'll take the one. The one's good enough for me. Like fucking 3 days barely sound workable. But yeah,
And
just have to let me exist. Really, I'm just a simple man. I don't really like to do much stuff.
and
Yeah,
like
like I just like to do my own shit and just fuck about
my favorite
with
thing
my
was
family.
my dad was like because obviously my dad is coming with me to see all the wrestling. I feel weird going to a wrestling show by myself. It's just who I am. I need someone there, even if I'm not talking to them. It's like it's just the excitement of you can turn to that
Well, it's just
person.
comfort, right?
Yeah,
You wanna experience it with someone else.
yeah, and like so like I'm bringing my dad with me. So obviously my dad's not going home on the Tuesday. He was originally, but he's staying a bit further away when I visit Ash. And then he turned to me yesterday, going, "Yeah, maybe I'm not going to get off the train in Ash's like town because maybe he'll be a bit anxious on Ash seeing me, considering who I am. So I'm just going to stay on the train and hope you get the right train. I mean, just find each other on the train." I went,
I
"Yeah, fair enough. That probably works better out for Ash."
mean, you
Uh,
can do that. Just don't bring any surprise. Like, look, just don't surprise me with any sudden major serious conversation. That's
look,
my trauma point. That's my trauma point.
look, Ash, look. I like everything you did on the channel, but I was the first subscriber, and I find this fairly shocking that the accommodation was not there for me. All right,
Like,
Dad.
that's all he's got to do. That's all he's got to do. I'll meet him. I'll shake his hand.
No, no,
He
I know,
better
but
not expect anything else.
he just turned to me and went, "Yeah, I'll just stay on the train." I went, "Oh, fair enough." Um, so you'll probably see him. He's just a big guy with
Yeah,
glasses on the train. You're like, "Oh, there's Piggy's dad." He's a
yeah.
lovely lad. His old big Piggy's dad. I can't say his name. I don't know if I can say his
Yeah.
name. But yeah, he's a lovely guy. I also got I ordered a Harry Osborn custom
From Spider-Man.
from Spider-Man 3, where he's the new Goblin, and this seller like included a bunch of shite, including these. Look at these Mario glasses. So I just love these. They're fucking. Yeah, so put them on. Look at that. I fucking love these glasses. I'm just saying. Like I can hold on. Now I can be like XQC. Yes, dude, my dude. Yeah. Yeah. Eh, Just, just shit I love. Um. But yeah, that's my
This
plan.
is why you were the special kid in the special school. I got these Nintendo glasses. It's fucking.
My favorite thing, and it always sticks with me, is just so obviously my friend Rambo would have like I don't know because the term they use is a special needs assistant, but he wasn't special needs. He just had an assistant with him. Does that make sense? and
Yeah.
for like one of the classes, you're basically to learn new techniques. So obviously the guy is trying to make conversation. The assistant is trying to make conversation with me, and he's like, Piggy, did you learn anything new? Oh, is that your response to everything? And I went, all right, Mr. Cool Kid. And I went, mate, I'm 18. I want to leave this hellhole. Please, just fucking make it a bit easier on me. I did.
I was selectively mute, to be honest. That was my problem. I don't know. Like, I just would never speak. Even if I need to speak, my brain's like, nah, don't fucking speak. That was just how it worked. Like, I'm pretty sure it's an actual thing, but I just never really knew what it was. But I basically was fucking. If I wasn't with anybody I knew, I was silent. I would not make a fucking noise.
Yeah.
That's just how I functioned.
Yeah.
Still wouldn't change it. I wouldn't even like opt to go to like a school like with someone with autism. I wouldn't even go there because all the experience I had through school probably did help me become who I am. So
I did. Yeah, I did. I did have some like falling outs with teachers. Some good things with teachers. No, it was just weird. Like I said, for transition year as it's called, it's not really a good year for me. 2020. Fucking doing that musical and I refused to do it. And then the pandemic happened, so I won. But yeah, it was always funny though in school because obviously when you're in transition year, which is 4th year, so this would be when you're about 15, 16, 16
Yeah.
to 15, 16.
I assume it's the jump from like school to like college type deal.
It's basically so 3rd year is when you get your first exams. So
Yeah.
so basically this is the transition year to help you ease into like the leaving cycle. But obviously you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
skip it if you want. You can in our school it was mandatory, but you can skip it in other schools. And basically just I just was an asshole. I just didn't want to do it at all.
Yep.
And my favorite thing was my like they would have like these like these meetings where it's like you can meet with a 5th year student. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not doing 5th year. I'm doing LCA. Leave me alone. And they're like, but come on, the option. I'm doing LCA. I'm dyslexic. I'm not fucking putting myself through pressure. Leave me alone.
I mean, fortunately, we've had to avoid situations where at least in this thing, you're never really forced to do shit you don't want to do. But also from like the minor times where it's like, oh, you should do this. No, I'm not fucking doing it. It's like, oh fuck, I gotta sit with this for an hour.
But yeah,
I'll bet you were hellish when you didn't want to do something.
a lot of students knew not to like go near me because they were like, yeah, if he doesn't want to do it, don't make him. And then the teachers would try, and they're like, you're not gonna win this battle. Just don't, miss. Just don't, please. But yeah, it was just a weird thing. I just didn't really want to do things. I was just there to get in and get out, learn as much shite as I could, and leave. I didn't care about lunch. I didn't care about it. I do remember one time where I couldn't go to my nanny's house for lunch because my nanny's house was across the road from the school, and before it was sold. And I bought a dinner in Eurospar, like a lovely gravy dinner. Got half it on my fucking jacket. Jesus, that was the time. But yeah, I was fairly. If I didn't want to do something, I was adamant I'm not doing it. I would be adamant.
You definitely matured over the years.
But yeah, I'm still like that. If I don't want to do something, I will. If I'm really say no.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I'm watching Walford Ash. Like, I think you should do this. I'd be like, maybe. I wouldn't really be like, no. I try my best.
You do temper the expectations a little bit.
Yeah. Because when you're dealing with a person with autism, and I potentially have autism, it's kind of like two power bottoms having sex. It's just it's just gonna be like that. It's not worth the fight. It's not gonna work.
It's just not worth the grief. Just don't look. I'm a very simple man.
But
just don't cause grief or piss me off. Easy. It's quite hard to do both of it. So
I just love how every Christmas I'm gonna keep suggesting doing the song, and he's just every year gonna shut me down.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, We doing a song this year? Fuck off.
Well, it's just because I can't trust in my own belief in myself. Because whilst I was singing last Christmas, I'm fucking nailing this, and I listened to it back, and I'm like, this is shit. It's just garbage, isn't it?
But yeah, I just it's weird. I don't regret school. I just regret I'm glad I wasn't really friends with many people. The friends I was friends with weren't really my friends. They were just there. I still follow them on Instagram. I still message them and they say they're all right. But yeah,
Piggy meets nihilism. Did any of it really matter though? Any of it? Nah. I mean, yeah, a similar thing really. I kind of, I mean, the issue with school is it doesn't really prepare you for what's next, and
Yeah.
that's obviously a huge transition that you're supposed to theoretically know what you do, but if in school you just shuffle to the next fucking post, and at some point when you're supposed to be like, what do you want to do? 18-year-old you, like, oh, fucking, I just want to do nothing. Yeah, well, you can't do nothing. You got to do something. Oh, well, I guess I'll do this then. Oh, did you not like doing it because you made it on a whim? Like, it's such a weird. Obviously, I can't really say it's like a fucking 24-year-old, but like, I don't know. Most people spend most of their 20s and even some of their 30s actually figuring out what the fuck they want to do. So like, it's so mental that you're expected to just choose. And like, so, you know, a lot of I've never had much conviction. Like, I've never really had that like big goal in my head of what I'm gonna do. So like, maybe I'm an exception, but it's definitely a wild premise to just go, yeah, just decide what you want to do when you're 18. It's easy. I don't know about that, mate.
my favorite thing was they had a yearbook.
Especially because all you've ever done is school. So like, yeah, what the fuck? What do I want to do now? I don't know. I've been fucking surviving school the whole time. Ridiculous.
My favorite thing was they had a yearbook, right, where it had all the students throughout the year, year, you know, it's a leaving yearbook, and obviously it came to me, and they went, Piggy, we want you to be in this. And I went, no. They went, come on, I'll be photo. No. Do you want your photo in it? No. Do you want your name in it? No. So you don't want to be in it? Yeah. So I'm technically not even listed in the yearbook because I refused.
We didn't even get a yearbook.
Nobody
made a year, but we got a jumper with a bunch of names on it.
We got that.
And like one number, and like leavers. I think it was leavers 16 or something.
I got that as well. I got that for 4th year and 6th year, and for 4th year I demanded royalties because they still put my name on it. I demanded royalties, and they never gave me royalties. But for 6th year they just left me out of it because they went, yeah, he doesn't want to be on it, so we're not going to just put him on it. He doesn't want to be on it. Because I want the thing of like, if I become famous, I don't want people to remember my school history. I don't want people seeing a photo of me at 16 when I was even fatter. Well, when I was skinnier.
Mate, ain't no way you were fatter at 16.
Oh no, I was.
What are you lying about?
I'm lying on my resume, you know.
It's just gone up and up since then.
But like, it's.
I mean, me too. But yeah.
But it's so because like it's like obviously like I'm a weird kid in a sense because like they were doing this. Oh, we're gonna have a graduation party. We're all going to go to this place and we're all gonna get drinks and I was like, I don't really want to do that. The only thing I did was I showed up in a dress to the graduation. That Ash probably knows because I've seen the photo before. And and like I didn't even sit inside the church. I stood at the door. I stood in like the hallway of the church, like talking shit with the teachers. And then like the principal would come over and be like, "Shut the fuck up," and I'd just be laughing. But I just did random shit like that. I just like got in a dress, like had fun with people. Didn't really drink much because that wasn't really my thing. I remember.
Yeah, I drank a decent bit, but I drank a normal amount. I didn't go too hard in the paint.
Yeah, see, we were supposed to have a bouncy castle and shit, but for leaving, because you were going to get a bouncy castle and an ice cream van.
Are you 5?
And an ice cream van and shit. But what happened was on sports day, and I missed sports day because I was still in my new in this flat here, and I'm not athletic as you can tell. But obviously a bunch of the 6th years went. I don't know why this makes me laugh, but basically the teachers either left or they just fucked off. I don't know what they were doing. So a bunch of the 6th years just went, fuck this. And there was a pub across the road, and they just went into the pub and got pissed. and then the principal was like, "I'm very disappointed in you. You're setting a bad example for the other years." Now I don't care. We're leaving shortly. and then and then there was obviously people who wanted the bouncy castle and the ice cream van, and they're like, "I fucking hate this." But obviously the principal didn't want to give it to them. But yeah, I wasn't there for sports day. I didn't show up for most of those days. Whereas
I peaked. My life peaked one year at sports day because I won. I won the 100-meter sprint, and I was fucking. I was like, yeah, who's the fuck? Everybody was calling me the Flash, and I'm like, yeah. And the next sports day came, and I didn't do any effort to maintain it. I was like, I got fucking. I won the sports day as a sprint, and they went, oh yeah, let's take you to like a regional competition. And I went, yeah, sure. Are you gonna do any training? Nah. Nah. So I had a bunch of people who were like, "Oh, do you train?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And then she starts doing press ups, and I'm like, "Because I used to be skinny as fuck, me."
That is true.
Me being fat, it was not the standard. I was skinny as fuck. I had abs at some point. But yeah, that's been a long time since then. Many antidepressants since.
I do remember one sports day when my finger was like fucked. For sports day, I showed up, and the teacher knew I couldn't do most of the activities because obviously my fingers was gone. So they just brought me for ice cream with another student. We just got ice cream, and I was so happy. Said fucking ice cream, and I was like, yeah. And I'm going around eating the ice cream. I'm like, fuck you, I'm having ice cream. And then I remember I used to do activities like on the ball pit, and in my primary school I used to get
okay, I was going to say I was 17 in the ball pit. All right.
But no, in my primary school there used to be a ball pit before they removed it. But I used to be in the special needs classes, so I'd be doing shit, getting shaving foam, rubbing my hands in the shaving foam, making funny faces. I'd get a wobbly cushion to sit on with spikes, and then it kind of wobbles you around to help your balance sit correctly in the chair. Shit like that. I had fun in those times. Then secondary school happened, and all of it went away. I became depressed and shit. But yeah, I remember that
Fair
shit.
enough.
But yeah, I love
Not me silently judging all this, but it is funny.
Well, you didn't get it, or you didn't? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get any of this shit. No, I was normal as far as everybody thought so.
Yeah, and then
I was seen as too normal to get any of the special treatment, but I also wasn't normal enough to middle, just vibing, not really enjoying any of the above. No, it was alright. I didn't mind it. I didn't get bullied or anything, so
I do
success.
see. The problem was I was diagnosed very early on with dyslexia and dyspraxia.
Yeah. And
now, it should be clear that it wasn't my dad. It was someone else. It is very clearly it wasn't my dad. They went, okay, Piggy's parents, we need to do more tests on him. He seems to be a little bit special. My dad went, that seems like the right thing to do. My mother went, no, my child's not special. And they went, he can't tie shoelaces. He can't do anything with his hand coordination. And he struggles with writing. I think there's something else wrong with him. And she went, well. So what? My dad went. Because that's where I blame fairly, where my problems lie is I was never properly diagnosed because my mother went, yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with him. And my dad was like, look at him. Look at him. Because there was times in primary school where I had to take time out and go to a different school, basically help with my hand coordination. It's if people don't know, I struggle I have dyspraxia and dyslexia, so I struggle with my hands. That's why I actually had to cut my gammon once, which is another story I love. And obviously, I had to go to a special school to help you because they kind of give you a shoelace, like an actual shoe. It's like it's like a wooden one, and you.
Well, it's just training. I'd imagine it's just training motor skills, right?
Yeah. It's basically it. They just give you like a wooden shoe, and they go tie this lace. And obviously, I did like 1 or 2 sessions. Then my mother went, "He doesn't need it," and I went, "But we would
Probably could have
recommend."
been useful, couldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, "We recommend it." I did have to do cams as well. I fucking hate cams. Children counselling. That was something as well. Like I'm sat there playing. I had counselling, hot chocolate, shit. I did a lot of things. I remember when my mom used to be abusive. They used to bring me into the school and give me hot chocolate and give me breakfast. Oh, I fucking loved it. That was
Not
nice.
bad. Not great either, to be fair. Circumstances leading into it, not tremendous, but
fucking hot chocolate and a lovely brekkie, not bad. But yeah, they're my school memories.
Yeah, I kind of had the difference where I have decent enough hand-eye coordination, but there does reach a point. Am I great at football? No, absolutely not. Like, am I serviceable? Yeah, sure. But do I know where the ball is? Am I good at kicking it? Meh. But I don't know. Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird how it kind of comes in waves, really.
Yeah, I struggle with moments.
So I just have a fucked up brain, which is fun.
I just have
Love that.
I just have bad motor skills and I struggle a lot. I think I have Camculia as well or whatever that. The one fucking
Dyscalculia? That's dyscalculia.
Yeah.
Dyscalculia. I don't know. I've gone scouse for a second.
But I think I have that as well because I do have dyslexia. I'm assuming I have that. But we've never done proper tests on me. Is the problem because as a child is the perfect time because you can study the brain before the properest develops. Will be the proper time. As a teenager, they just look at you and go, "You're a fucking idiot. We don't care for you." And then as an adult, they're like, "We don't want you to commit suicide, but we don't have hotlines for you to help you. But we don't want you to commit suicide. Just don't. We will help you, but give us 5 to 10 business days, please." So it's like there was never a right time to fucking basically sit me down, look inside my brain, and go, "Who was playing the cymbals in his brain?
This kid's got issues. Who let this guy out?
Who let him out of the funny farm?" But
yeah, it's weird.
It's just weird
how shit happens.
Yeah. But yeah, they're my.
Honestly, on most of our despite pretty early warning signs, none of us were diagnosed early on.
Yeah.
So there are 3 of us, basically 4 of us. The one brother's not diagnosed, but let's be honest, we've all got autism, haven't we? And all got diagnosed in our 20s, which definitely it's a shit show. Well, because there was a whole thing where for a while people didn't think that autism was hereditary, and now realizing, yeah, usually if you have autism, usually a parent had autism, but going from a generation of fuckers who didn't know of its existence, suddenly it all starts to make sense and add up. But yeah, it's just weird. It's weird how we've all grown. Still here despite everything. But I don't know. It's an interesting little look-see. I don't even remember how we started talking about this, but we did.
Yeah, I find it quite fun. Because especially our school, our school differences is mental. Because primary school, I had a ball peg. You were just in the normal school. I had a fucking ball peg. This would have been 0809. So the fucking school regulations are not through the roof yet. And then my water bottle used to leak, so I'd have soggy sandwiches. And then one of the SNAs would be like, "We all like soggy sandwiches, man. I don't like soggy jam sandwiches. Leave me alone. I don't like them." Do you remember being in special classes where a fella called Aidon and they played Gangnam Style and he started giving the tits? Oh, I miss Aidon. He was a lovely lad. I've obviously told this story before, but I'll tell it again. He came into school one day wrapped in bandages, and we all went up to him, and I like literally our journey ends with Adon like in 6th class. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know where he is. I have no idea. But he I've told the story before, but I'll tell it again. So we're sitting in class one day, and then the door opens. The SNA's obviously with Adon, because Adon had special needs. If you couldn't tell already, he had special needs. And he walks through the door, and he's wrapped in bandages. We're all looking at him, and they're going, "What happened to you, Adon?" And obviously Adon couldn't really speak. All he could do was that. I kind of inherited from him. Kind of did that when he got anxious. And so the SNA kind of had to speak for him. And they went, "He just ran through a glass door." Fucking hell. Sound. He was a lovely bloke, though. A lovely lad. I hope he's doing alright. Hope he isn't dead. But yeah, that's my friend Adon. But yeah, there's all my school stories I have. So I guess now I'll do the outro. I guess.
I'll just show off Big Girl. Great new mug. Pretty good. That's a conspiracy that's taken over. Big Girl. Watch out. No, yeah, not much else going on. Been a fun podcast. Meh. I got nothing else. So we've done everything.
Yeah,
obviously next week podcast will be in person. So hopefully. Should be in person. But.
Yeah, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, and remember, Big Girl's taking over.